Hey everybody, Hoosier Jedi here, and this is the first of what's going to be a new regular feature around here. And that's videos where most likely once a month I'm just going to take some time out to talk with you guys about what's going on with the channel, what I have planned coming down the line, and of course, as always, to solicit feedback from you guys about what you want to see here, because you're a part of this channel too, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And as I've said before, it still amazes me every time when I look at my channel and see that people have indeed taken time out of their day to watch these videos that I make. Well, anyway, let's get right into it. First thing, let's get to some announcements. So this is the start of the summer. A lot of the TV shows are slowing down. They're taking breaks and all this other stuff. So let me talk about some of the shows that I'm going to be reviewing in the future. Some of these I have previously announced on my Twitter feed, but because obviously a lot more people watch these videos than follow me on Twitter, some of this is definitely going to be new information to most of you. In fact, there's one thing that I'm going to be putting in this video that has not been announced on Twitter yet, which I will actually send out later tonight. But anyway, first things first, let's talk about the shows that are coming up that I am going to be reviewing for sure. It's written in stone. I'm going to be reviewing these shows. The only one that I have previously announced here on the channel is Season 5 of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I'm really looking forward to that. I really enjoyed a lot of what was going on in Season 4. I think Season 5 is going to be great. We've got Darth Maul and Savage Opress running around. It's going to make for some pretty good Star Wars action in my book. Now, the one show that I have already announced on Twitter that I'm going to reiterate here is the show Arrow. This is the live-action, more or less Green Arrow show, although, yeah, it's just called Arrow and not Green Arrow, but it's about Oliver Queen and his transformation from spoiled rich guy into archer superhero. And from what I've seen of the previews, it looks like they're definitely going in their own direction with that show, but it's definitely going to have a lot of elements from the comics. I know some fans are already super upset by this. I personally plan to just simply take the show on its own merits, so we'll see how that show pans out. Anyway, now for the big nugget of this episode, another show that I will definitely for sure be reviewing in the coming months is going to be Season 3 of The Walking Dead. I previously have mentioned that I was seriously considering it, and just today I said to myself, you know what, I am for sure going to be watching that anyway, so I might as well review it. So that's that. Now, if you didn't catch it on Twitter, or you missed when I posted the video up yesterday, I have started doing my first ever review of an anime series. This is a new show. It just came out this month. So far, we've only had one episode. I believe that the second episode is going to be airing in a couple of days over in Japan, and I'm sure it'll surface online pretty shortly after that with subtitles. And that show is Binbo Gami Ga, or The God of Poverty, is the translation that I'm going to be sticking with, at least until unless it gets an official one later on. But as I said, I've only done the review of the one episode so far, but I will be sticking with that show. I definitely got a big kick out of that first episode, and I'm looking forward to some more of that show. Now, now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about some of the shows that are maybes. Right now, the only show that I'm really on the fence about is Ben 10 Omniverse. If you've been watching my reviews of Ultimate Spider-Man, you know that at best I found most of the episodes of that show to be okay, and I found a lot of them to be in many ways very disappointed. So honestly, as much as respect as I have for the guys at Man of Action, I'm a little leery of another show by them, especially given some of the things that I've heard about the later two-season episodes, the fourth and fifth Ben 10 seasons. I've heard some very mixed things about those. Now keep in mind, I have again only seen the original first season. I still haven't gotten around to watching the rest of the series. If I do decide to watch Ben 10 Omniverse and do my reviews for that, you do have my word that before the show hits the air, I will sit down, take as much time as necessary, and watch all 4 additional seasons of Ben 10. Heck, I'll even watch the Ben 10 movies. All right, if I'm going to do a Ben 10 Omniverse review, I do want to be completely and utterly up to date on my Ben 10 lore. I will. I won't do that to you. I won't go into something like that half blind. So you do have my word on that. But we'll see how things shake out on that. One other thing, I just was hearing about this today. I had previously mentioned that if they do another season of Total Drama, that I would do a episode by episode review of that. I was just looking around online today, and it looks like, according to the Christian Potenza, the voice actor for Chris, there's been discussion of it, but nothing is written in stone. At best, I'm thinking that if there is another season, we probably won't see it until sometime next year. I mean, it's already July. There's no way they're going to be able to whip up an entire season of a show certainly by September. So if there is another season of Total Drama, it'll probably happen next year. If it does happen, I'll say it again, I will totally do an episode by episode review of that, because I love me some Total Drama Island. I'm sorry, some just Total Drama in general. Now, as for random one-shot reviews I've been doing, the ones we've seen so far have been from my previous viewer request contest. Those are now all finished. I will probably still do the occasional one-shot review of just something cool and interesting that I found. I'm still making up my mind as to what I think you guys would find interesting. There's a few manga that I've checked out recently that I've enjoyed quite a bit. One, it's a very new one, so it doesn't have a whole lot of stuff out yet, so there's not a whole lot for me to talk about. There's some other things that I'm still considering. I've actually even considered reviewing a science fiction series that I'm a very big fan of. But again, this is all just stuff I'm considering at the moment. If you want me to do these reviews, just leave a little comment in here at the end of the video. And as always, you are free to suggest pretty much anything that you would like me to check out. The only rules, and these do kind of apply as to how the previous contest worked, is, like, for example, if you suggest to me an episode of a TV series, well, I'm going to start at the very beginning. Don't tell me, go watch episode 5 of season 4, because if it's something I've never seen before, I'm going to be going into it blind, and I don't like to do that. I don't think that I can do the review a show properly by doing that. So, yeah, that, and if it is something like a half an hour anime thing, I'll give it 2 episodes. That way I can more fully and realistically judge it. But again, I'm not doing a contest here. At this point, I am just, as always, soliciting suggestions from you good folks. Now, with that said, I'm going to start wrapping this up, but before I go, I do have one additional announcement, and this is something that I haven't put out on Twitter yet either. I'll send out a reminder on Twitter, but anyway. That is this. Starting August 1st, I am actually going to be going on vacation for a whole week. I'm leaving the computer at home. I'm leaving the cell phone at home. The only electronic goodie I'm taking with me is my iPad. But as I've said, I don't think you guys want me to try and do reviews just using my iPad, because that's guaranteed pretty much to be rather crappy video quality. But anyway, I will be going for a week to Sydney, Australia. I am super excited about this. I've wanted to go and visit Australia for years and years. I'm even going to get to spend my next birthday there, and it's just going to be absolutely epic. I've been checking out stuff to do in Sydney, and it just looks like the city is just nonstop fun. I do not have the words for how excited I am to be going there. It's just going to be so much fun. I am so looking forward to it. I may, depending on how good the iPad is at connecting to the internet, post some videos from my trip to Australia. I will probably almost certainly be posting pictures, using the iPad to take pictures and posting them to my Twitter feed. I've not had a whole lot of good luck of jumping onto various wireless networks, using the iPad here in Korea where I live. So I don't know exactly how Sydney is for wireless users, but it's a big city. I'm sure I can find someplace. It's not like they don't have libraries and Starbucks and whatever there. I'm sure I can find somewhere. So anyway, that being the case, reviews during that time are naturally going to be suspended. I will try to catch up as soon as I can when I get back, but I guarantee you I'm going to have a mountain of work waiting for me when I get back. So I'm sorry for it, but it's just the way it's going to be. You are going to have to expect some delays during the early part of August while I go on my vacation and get caught back up with real life once I get back. But I will try and get that all straightened out as quickly as I can and get things back on our normal schedule. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for this update. I'll probably do another one next month after I get back from my vacation and get my house in order. As always, and as I have said before, if you have any suggestions for things you would like me to check out, if there's more reviews of things that I have done that you definitely want me to see to do more of, I'll certainly consider that. But anyway, anything you'd like me to review, just feel free to comment. As always, of course, comment, rate, and subscribe here. Do, if you can, follow me on Twitter. As soon as I post any video, I immediately send the link out on Twitter. So if you want to know what's going on this channel, the absolute best and fastest way is to follow me on Twitter, as I have said, @HoosierJedi. And anyway, folks, that will do it. As always, take care and have a good one.